And so we can notice it didn't flip over, but it didn't stay either.
Guessing also since also
A little bit more. Try this one. Try it one more time, and then we'll go on to another method here. The problem with this is you want to keep trying.
It's like telling yourself to only have one more cookie.
Yeah. Bet you can't eat just one, right?
yeah, yeah.
There we go. Well, we can try that more later. And you can see how difficult it is to get that to be stable. You need enough weight on there for it to be in this potential well, but you need it to spin fast enough so that it doesn't want to flip over. So that you, like the wheel, it wants to stay stationary. Now, that's one way of doing it. So that is the, we've looked at magnetic field and angular momentum. So that's this one. Now, instead of mechanically moving the top, right, spinning the magnet on top, we can, instead of mechanically spinning the top, we can have an electronic system that will spin the magnetic field for us. This is a little bit easier to do and can have a little bit higher mass. And so I have this system here. You may want to get around to this too. And if you can get this one just right.
Oh my god.
We have true levitation here.
Okay.
So you'll notice that it's levitating, and we can take one of your favorite pieces of paper, I'm sure, underneath and see that it is levitating and even adjust it a slight amount. You can even put small masses on there. But here we have probably the best first example of good levitation for you this evening. This is very similar to the top method, but it's creating a rotating magnetic field in the base. So instead of having to have the top spin, the base is essentially spinning. So do take a look at that, because that is true levitation there.
So cool.
Is it?
Now, this next method also involves magnets, but it is somewhat similar. Well, it's not quite, well, it has some similarities. It involves magnets and a special charm device called a superconductor. A type 2 superconductor involves, has the following property. When this little chip gets cold enough, you can create an electric field inside of it. You can create an electric current inside that has no resistance, and the current will just keep going and going as long as it's cold. What that electric current does is it creates a magnetic field. So you can bring a magnetic field towards the object, and as long as it's cold enough, it will create an exactly opposing magnetic field to repel that magnet. We're going to try it out. but we have to get it cold, and we have to get it very cold. So here I have some liquid nitrogen, which is at minus 200 degrees Celsius, 77 degrees Kelvin. And I'm going to pour this onto the superconductor here, into this little dish. And we're going to need to get that superconductor very, very cold. And I don't know if it's in enough liquid nitrogen, so we'll probably have to keep pouring more on. You know, I'll know when it's cold enough because I'll see the water condense. So this vapor that you're seeing is actually water from the air condensing to create clouds. If I place this superconductor, or this magnet just on top, you'll see that it is actually floating. It is levitating.
That's so cool.
And I can move it around. It fell off. I need a little bit more liquid nitrogen here.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to put your hands on the table. There we go. And this is another example of true levitation. Now, as the superconductor will warm up, then it will lose its property of superconductivity, and the magnet will then either sink down, or more precisely, it will probably just fall off to the side. But we do have our superconductor, and it is levitating. It is rising above.
That's so cool.
Now, one of the goals that scientists are looking for is a way to make room temperature superconductors, so you can have this kind of superconductivity going all the time. But that is very difficult, very elusive, and nobody has found that yet. Okay. However, a material that has been developed recently is the following. And I have this little charm device here, which you'll find is, I think, is at least as impressive. So here I have a set of magnets, and these are very strong magnets. And I have a piece of what's called pyrolytic carbon. Oh yeah, take it off the sun, take it out there, because otherwise it's going to try to levitate it, and it won't be a problem. Yeah. Okay, I have here a piece of pyrolytic carbon, and this material is, you can think of it as an anti-magnet. Okay, it is repelled by a magnetic field. So, well, behave yourself there. And again, we have true levitation, but this time we do not need power. We do not need any electricity. We do not need any liquid nitrogen. This will float there indefinitely. It is due to the structure of the carbon atoms, the arrangement of the carbon atoms, and the arrangement of the magnetic field. And we have true levitation here. Yep, you can slide a piece of paper underneath it to test it out. It's robust. You can.
I think the paper's too.
It's not very tall. It's not very high, but it is. It's there, and if it slides off, that's fine. You can just slide it back on.
Dude.
All right, so we can just leave that one going for a while. And let's see, what else do we have here? Now we're going to get into electromagnetic levitation. in electromagnetic processes. So I have here a rod. And have a ring. Actually, I have two. But with this ring, it's just a regular aluminum ring. When I have a current running inside in a loop, I can create a magnetic field. Okay. So if I have a current going, I can create a magnetic field. When I have a magnetic field, or a changing magnetic field, that can induce a current in a loop of wire or a loop of aluminum. So a changing magnetic field can create a changing a current. Okay. So first I have a current, it creates a magnetic field. And then that magnetic field can create a current. Now the current in this wire here is going back and forth at 60 times per second. So it's going this way first, and then it's going that way, and then it's going this way, and then it's going that way. 60 times per second. That is our regular power. That's the current from our power. AC power, alternating current power. That's what's happening. There's a current, the electrons are going back and forth 60 times per second. Now, this will create a magnetic field. It will induce a magnetic field in a current. It will induce a current in this loop. That current will create a magnetic field that will oppose the change. This loop doesn't like change in the magnetic flux, so we'll try to oppose that. And we should get some levitation here. So let's see what happens. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoa! I guess I had too much of a wave.
Too much.
Let's try this little one. Let's see what that does. Huh? Okay. Oh. So we can actually get it to stay and levitate that way. Or if I place it down, I don't know where that happened to the other one.
It's on this shelf.
We can place it on the loop there, and it will. And you can feel that it has a repulsive force. Now, another way to feel this effect is if you have a magnet. So grab that magnet that you were playing with before, right? And come up and just hold it in your hands and come up here. We have this alternating current that creates a magnetic field, a changing magnetic field. Hold it tightly in your hand. Don't let it go, right? Don't let it pick. And let's see what it is. Anyway, hold it close. Do you feel anything?
Oh, I feel it right here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like it right here.
So this is a way of delivering power remotely. So your remote phone chargers will work on this manner.
That is so cool. I feel it. You can feel it all the way back here. I can feel it from here. Wow. Like, okay, this is
Now the stronger the magnet you have, the farther away you can feel it. Like I can feel it over here because I've got a very strong magnet.
Or do 5 from.
Or do 5 of them.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't
It'll feel it too.
Yeah.
So this is your chi chargers. This is how your chi
So
chargers.
can I can I tap a Qi charger onto it? Will it charge it?
It probably will not because it has to have a specific frequency.
That is true.
And so they highly tune the frequency so that to deliver maximum amount of
Okay.
power. Okay, I'm going to turn this off here. Okay, and without power, of course, the levitation will stop. So this is an electromagnetic effect. We can create our own electromagnetic effect with. Okay, where does it go? So we can do something similar. Grab a nail, some wire, and a few paper clips, and a battery. We are going to construct a device here. So what you are going to do is you're going to take your wire, nail, battery, paperclip, and arrange it like so. The current through the wire will create a magnetic field that you can then use to attract the paperclip. Okay. You want to wrap, and you don't have to be precise about this, just wrap it lots of times, right? Wrap the wire lots of times around your nail, and connect the end of the wire to the battery. And it will create a magnetic field when you have a current traveling through the wire. It will create a magnetic field, and the nail just amplifies the amount of magnetic field. And from that, you'll be able to attract the paperclip. Thank you.
How do you connect?
What you are building here is something called an electromagnet. And the point of this is that you can turn your magnet on and off. You can attract your paperclip.
Oh. Nice. Oh shit.
Well, might fall in love, right?
The more you
I
run.
know. It was. Yeah.
Yep. And then we get some paper clips.
The way you
So I have here two other methods of levitation. Okay, I have levitated this paperclip here, right? The magnets want to attract the paperclip, and the string is preventing it from being held. And so you can see that the paperclip is being suspended in air. And then we also have this device, which is very similar to the one you constructed with the two repelling magnets. It does the same thing, it's just that it's hard there. It's warm. What is it? All right. So you may want to take a look at these afterwards. I've got two methods for suspending.
Oh, look at that.
Are they neat? Yeah, and take a look at the table over here. You have two more methods of levitation.
This is the coolest lesson we've ever done.